So if you've been in the market for a camping diesel heater, Hcalory is the brand to go for. I already have one of theirs, the SS2, kind of the toolbox, nice little handle, kind of a toolbox, plastic box travel one. And this one's a little bit bigger, a little bit different size factor. Nice aluminum housing on this one. But basically it's for, SUVs, RVs, engineering vehicles, RV tents, or just tent camping if you do a lot of that. Also, it's great if you have like soccer games. Bring yourself a little battery pack or 12-volt battery, set this up, and you can get some nice heat, kind of warm up your hands. Or if you just have like a small shed or a shop, and I'm going to put this in our shop up here because this will cover about 250 square feet, keep it nice and warm, and there's no smell. Of course, you do have to exhaust it out. It has a muffler, so you kind of put it outside. Everything else can be inside if you want, or put it outside and duct it in. And I'll kind of show you what I'm leaning on doing with this guy. So I tell you what, let me show you what you're going to get in the box. And here it is out of the box. You can see this is the fuel side. Of course, here's the cap, and under the cap it does have a little strainer, just so that maybe if you have some dirty diesel, it's going to kind of pick up the particulates out of that. Nice to have that. It does hold 5 liters, so that's about 1.3 gallons, so quite a lot of fuel. And that's going to last you a long time. This thing sips energy, electricity, and it also sips fuel, so this is going to last a long time on that. And I do have the feet on here. You will need the feet because on the other side, your exhaust and intake's going to come out, so it does need to be raised up a little bit, but I already put these on. A couple little screws. And on the back, you can see this is going to be kind of like an intake. And then, of course, you have the power. And I'll show you that this did come with a power brick, so you can use AC or DC on this guy. It's nice to have the AC power brick because I'm going to be using this inside. So I'll be able to just plug it into the wall and use it that way. And then on this side, just says Hcalory, and this is going to be the exhaust side. I already have the exhaust partially mounted, and it does have some really neat handles on here, and they do fold down just like that, so it's kind of neat. Actually, they kind of lock into place, really nice. They click into place. So if you're using it, you can take down the handles, or you can leave them up for if you want to move it around. And then on the front, this is going to be your heat side, so the heat's going to come out of here. And this is your control panel. It's a nice color control panel, and it is removable. It does come with a little cable, so if you want to put the cable on here, so if you want to bring this like inside your tent or inside your cabin, have this part outside, you can do that too. You just have to take this out, unplug it, plug in the cable, and away you go. I'll kind of show you that here in a second. And I'll show you all the parts that come with it. You're going to get the manual, a really nice manual. Look at this, nice thick manual. Explains pretty much everything in here, all the safety, all the components. And here's a really cool thing you're going to like. It actually shows you a diagram of the heating unit, all the parts inside it. It's kind of cool to see that. And it goes through like the product overview and explanation of principle of the heat source. Really cool to have that. So if you don't want to know how this actually works, it's kind of cool to see that. To show you some safety instructions using the control panel, and I'll kind of walk you through a little bit. Really, really nice control. A lot of features on here too. You can do this all through the control panel. Oh, there is an app, and there's a little download here for the app, and it's Hcalory's own app. So there's the app. A really, really nice manual. They do a nice job on that. It does come with a nice little remote. So if you don't want to use the app, don't want to use the control panel, and you're just in your tent, you can turn it on, off, and it did come with batteries. Cold or hotter. Nice and simple. But there's a lot of cool stuff you can do on the app, and I'm going to show you that. You're going to get the DC cable. So this is going to plug this end into the unit and this to a battery. So you can run it off a DC, your battery. It's going to come with the little silencer. This is the intake, so the air intake for the unit. This is just for the burning part of it, so you don't this is something you don't smell. It's just kind of a silencer. It comes with nice little holes, and it is expandable, so you can move it around. And this is going to come out from underneath like that, so you can kind of mount it however you want to mount it. It comes with some ducting, and this is expandable. But it's nice, at least you get some of this to start off with. If you need something longer, there's some very long hoses out there, but this is a really nice way to, if you're just going to have it close by your tent. And it does expand quite a bit. Get it pulled apart there a little bit. And it does come with a little, kind of little vent, so a little adjustable vent, so you can kind of adjust the angle of the heat. And it kind of goes on like that, so it's kind of neat to have that. And there are hose clamps and everything to mount all this stuff. And so all your tubing, your exhaust, it's going to have a hose clamp on it. And I'm going to show you how to mount this guy, because there's a little trick to getting this guy. You actually have to take the cover off to get the hose clamp tightened on this guy, and then you can put the cover back on. But once you do that, you never have to do it again. It's going to come with the exhaust pipe, and of course the little silencer muffler. And this is directional. You do have to have it facing like this. There's a small hole in here, so kind of like a weep hole. Any kind of moisture that gets in there is going to drip out. So you do want to mount it like this, or at least have it pointing kind of horizontal. And it does come with all the mounting stuff for this. And I think the best part, this one comes with a branded Hcalory power brick. So this does AC to DC, so you can plug this in your wall outlet. And they have other countries of power bricks for this guy, so it's kind of cool. And it came with this. And this is something that a lot of these heaters don't have. It's either 12-volt battery or 12-volt battery. This lets you do house power or a battery. So I'm going to flip it over and kind of show you the bottom. Get everybody out of the way. And you do need a screwdriver. That's really all you're going to need to set this up. You have to put a few little screws in for mounting the feet and the hose clamps. I'm going to get him over here. Let me flip him over. And you can see on the bottom, I did put these feet on. There's 4 of them. They're just 2 screws each. And a couple screws here that holds on the exhaust pipe. This is the 90-degree angle. And this one here on your left, this is the air intake. And that's where this fella's going to go. So you just kind of put him on here. And you do need a hose clamp. So you do have to take the cover off so you can tighten down the hose clamp. But you only have to do that one time. Then you can kind of, put it out whichever way you want. I'll probably put it maybe something like that. I don't know. I'm not sure quite yet how I'm going to mount this inside, but this is just a little muffler for the intake to quiet it down a little bit, and it does help. But that's the basic color. Is a couple screws here, little bracket, put on the 90-degree, put on the feet, and of course all the muffler stuff. You'll use the little hose clamps on there, and pretty much a simple install. So to put in the little air intake muffler, I took the cover off so you can kind of see the insides now. Fuel pump back over here. Here's the heater and of course the gas tank. So pretty simple design. But to get to this little fitting right here, you want to put him on there. Of course, you're going to need a hose clamp. And so you have to take this cover off. And that's the only way you're going to get to it unless you got some kind of very small screwdriver. But pretty simple. Just take out all those screws, put them back in. And I have a nice hose clamp right here, just like that. And I'll tip them over, put it on, just to show you. It's pretty simple. I got him right here, like this. You can kind of see there's the intake right there. And there's really no way to screw this up. The only way this is going to go on, you see there's 2 screw holes here for that bracket. So exhaust, intake. And then, of course, got let me put them facing up so I can see them. We'll stick them on right like that. And then we'll tighten them down. And like I said, the only thing you need in here is a screwdriver, and that's the only tool you'll need. Let's put it the other way. There we go. Get them on there. Come on, get on there. There we go. Let's stick them in there just like that. There we go. Just so you can get to the screw on here and just tighten it down. You don't have to really crank these down, just get it snug so it doesn't come off. And tight. Make sure it's pointing up so you can see it. There we go. You'll feel once you start getting some resistance and it doesn't come off anymore, you're perfectly fine. Just about like that. A couple more turns. There we go. And then, of course, you're going to route it up and around, or however you want to route it on here. I'll just kind of put them there for now. And that's how you install it. And then we'll flip it back over, put the cover back on. So I think what we're going to do now, we're going to power this on and take a look at the display. You can do everything through the display. You can do it through the app, the phone app, which is really cool. It's Bluetooth, so you can be 20, 30 feet away from this guy and do all the controls on here. Or you can do it through here. You can hook up the little extension cable to the display and kind of bring that in your tent if you want to do it that way, or you can just leave it connected here, not have any extensions on it. Or you can do the remote, which I think is really cool. Off, on, hot or colder. Pretty simple, but everything you can do through the app and a lot more, because it's going to give you all kind of information about if it's heating, cooling down, all the temperatures, everything you ever want to know about this unit, the app is going to have it. So I'll tell you, let me plug it in and we're going to take a look at this guy. So the first thing you want to do, turn it on. You can see it has 13 volts. And to get the fire up, we can do it two ways. We can do it from the panel, hold down OK for 2 seconds. Or if you go into the app, we'll go into the app here and see it detected it, connected. And we can do heating. You click on heating and activate it, yes. And you see it's on level 7. And that's going to go through its warm-up process. It takes about 3 minutes to get some heat out of here. So just give it a little bit of time. You hear it kind of go through its cycle. So we're going to come back in a few seconds and you'll see it as it gets hotter. But you see on the display here it shows gear, so it's going to gear up with the ignition, and once it gets that, it's going to say running when she's fully warmed up. Okay, so I've had it on for quite a while now, and it's quite hot. So you kind of want to see the temperatures. If you click on OK, you see it's 77 degrees outside. It's kind of warm outside right now. Got on high 1, 302 degrees, using 13 volts. And of course the outside temperature is 77. It's a little warm out right now. And if you do want to turn it up and down, these two buttons right here. So up will raise the temperature, speed 7, and it goes all the way up to high 10. Keep it down low so you can kind of hear me. We'll just put it on 2 for now. And there are a lot of really cool features in the app. Of course, click on the gear. There's timers, so you can kind of set timers if you want it to turn on a certain time, shut off a certain time, repeats, things like that. It's really nice to see that kind of feature. So just kind of let it go. You know, you're out hiking and you want to have your tent nice and warm or your shed nice and warm before you go out there. Great way to do it. Really simple app, really nice app. I like it a lot. And like I said, if you do want to change everything to the app, you can do it that way too. And it gives you all the information, voltage, height, your from sea level, and of course the body temperature and the ambient temperature. So everything's in there you ever could want. And of course the high plateau, if you're at a higher altitude, you can turn that on too. So really nice. I like this app a lot. And there you go. That's the Hcalory HC2H diesel heater. Hcalory, you really stepped up your game on this guy. Not only did you make a great heater, but you made a really great looking heater. It's kind of nice to finally see companies coming out with not just great equipment, but really nice looking equipment. Especially if you got like an RV, people might be seeing this and you want it to look nice. And this really does look really nice. Nice paint, really nice decals, very functional, but really classy. Really nice, great heater. And I tell you, I'm really impressed with this guy. This is going to go to my shop. These guys pump out a lot of heat, and if you got something like a small shed or just like set for camping, RVs, things like that, that's what this guy's designed for. But if you have a small shed or small garage, this will probably do it. This heat up to probably about 250 square feet, so like a very small area or smallish area is what this is for, but mainly for camping or RVs, and that's where these guys really shine. This one, I tell you what, one of the best. Check them out.